All right, the season is officially going. The high blacks are always the first to breed. I think it's because of those dark colors. They soak up the sun, they soak up that heat. Marcel is going in with the plague. They should be fine. They've done really well together. Normally I wake them up from brumation together, but this year I'm doing it a little differently. But like I said, I saw her belly starting to swell, and I know it's time to put them together. And Plague knows exactly what to do. He's gonna get right down to business, probably right now. All right, we got Raven here. I'm actually taking her out to put her in with Plague right now. They've never been together before. All right, so I've taken Marcel out of here. That gives Marcel a break. And now Raven is in here with Plague. I'm gonna leave her in here. As long as things go well, I'll leave her in here for a couple days, and then I'll put Marcel back in, and I'll continue to trade them out until they appear gravid. So it should only take a couple switches, and then we should start to see some, I don't know, hopefully see some eggs developing, and then we pull them out for good for the rest of the season. So Plague has one thing on his mind right now. He's already pursuing Raven. Raven seems extremely calm right now, which is fantastic. This is the breeding that I've been dreaming about for 3 years now, and it's happening this season. And when I collect Raven's eggs, if I get to do that this year, you guys are gonna see me do a little happy dance. You guys can see Plague is, what he's doing is he's walking around. He's rubbing those scent glands that are right by his vent and on his back legs. He is dragging that on the ground. Let's see if he does it again here. So he's marking his scent. Not that he needs to, this is his enclosure, but that's what he's doing. He's rubbing his scent all around the enclosure, and he is pursuing Raven. And if I'm right about her ovulating, she shouldn't put up too much of a fight. They're always got to put up somewhat of a fight, but it shouldn't be too much of a fight if she is ovulating like I expect. So hopefully we can see them locking up. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. So I've been out here for about an hour now, just watching their behavior, making sure they're good. Look, pairing tegus up is not something that should be taken lightly. They can cause insane amounts of damage to each other very, very quickly. So you need to be able to read their behavior and kind of know when is the right time to leave them unattended. So this hour, I haven't seen any aggressive behavior from either one of them. Everything is actually looking perfect, exactly what you want to see. Plague is pursuing her. She's not being aggressive to him whatsoever. She's allowing him to pursue her. It's going well. So I'm gonna walk away now, and hopefully things continue to go well over the next couple days for them. Crime Scene and Bloodbath are out today. Actually, a lot of the tegus are out today, especially for it being only, 65 right now. It's a cool day. The high is 70. Fed all these females down here, and all of them ate. Marcel, our high black, and then this cage is open because Raven is still in here with Plague. But some exciting news. I came out to check on them 2 days ago, and they were literally locked up as soon as I came and checked on them, which, they're only locked when tegus breed. They're only locked up like that for 30 seconds or so, but boom, they were locked up when I came and checked on them. So that was awesome. Got a little clip with my phone, but here they are. I plan on getting Raven out of here and then moving Marcel back in. Probably only one more time with Marcel and then one more time with Raven, and then we'll be done. And we'll have some insane high blacks cooking. Cannot wait. I really hope we get some good high black eggs this year from Raven and Marcel. So, and then we're also gonna breed Crow. We're gonna do something a little bit different with him, not super different, but the black nose female, Panther, we're gonna be breeding Crow with her. Last year I bred Plague to her. We didn't get a ton of good eggs, but we did get some. And those babies turned out amazing. They're incredible. So I wanna use Crow as well. So I figured that would be the best use of him, is putting him with Panther and seeing if he can get the job done. It'll be his first year breeding. And so yeah, so that's what we're doing with him. So yeah, I'm looking at Raven and Plague, you guys. Absolutely insane pairing. Oh my God, it's gonna be awesome. You can see, wasted a bunch of food, but with the high black appetite. They have a huge appetite when they're out in the sun, because their black colors just makes them warm up. So whenever I'm keeping them together like I am right now for breeding, I don't want to feed them when they're starving. Okay, like, so I feed them a little bit more than what I typically would. If I want to feed them together, Plague goes nuts. Okay, he's just a nutcase when it comes to feeding. You guys have seen him like with that death roll video. He's just like that. So when I have him with Marcel or Raven this year, just trying not to let them get too hungry when they're with each other, because it just complicates feeding time. So Plague, actually, I think he's like kind of in breeding mode right now. You get their tray. I've been keeping them well fed. I'm gonna take her out and feed her and feed Plague, and then put Marcel in. So come here. All right, got Raven here. Amazing female. Go ahead and feed Plague, because I don't want him hungry when I put Marcel in here. Check out how thick Marcel is. I mean, she is really plumping up. Look, she just ate a little bit of food. She's not eating any more. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and put her in with Plague, because he has a plate full of food that he's not touching. So this would be a good time to put them together. Marcel is a super sweet Tegu. It's always a little nerve-wracking putting Tegus together, but these guys have been together a lot over the years, and we haven't had any issues ever with them, except for feeding time. But Marcel looks a little like, whoa, what just happened? She just teleported, pretty much. I'm gonna watch them closely for a little bit. She is looking huge though. Her belly is big. So I'm thinking this might not even be super necessary. It's hard to know exactly what to do all the time, guys, when it comes to breeding. But Plague is doing his job right off the bat. He's already pursuing her, chuffing those jowls. If I see one more lock with them, I think I'll go ahead and separate. She typically doesn't put up much of a fight, but you don't want to overbreed them. So if you keep them together and there's too much breeding, your females get overbred. I've seen that cause infertile eggs. And I think it's because that overbreeding communicates to their body that there's no need to produce more babies, that the place is overpopulated. So it's important to put them together and then separate. Put them together, separate. You have to know your pair. Some males don't overbreed. They just don't breed that often. And some males breed 2 times a day or 3 times a day. It just comes down to that individual. Plague is a 2-a-day type of guy. If I have a female in here, he's going to breed with them twice a day. So I'm gonna see them lock up, and then I'm gonna separate them, probably leave Plague alone for a couple days. Keep observing Raven for signs to see if she's gravid, and move her back over there with him in a couple days. So, but I'm feeling super encouraged right now seeing Marcel swell up like that. Like she's definitely got something cooking in there. So fingers crossed we get a really nice clutch from Raven and Marcel this year. That would be insane. All right, so Plague is now alone. Marcel and Raven are in their enclosures. Raven immediately started nesting when I put her in here, back in her enclosure. So I'm excited about that. That's a good sign. And then Marcel is just getting big. Her tail's starting to deflate. Her body's using up all her reserves all her nutrients, and it's putting it into the eggs that she has developing inside of her. So looking like a couple weeks before she lays her eggs. So I'm so excited the season has officially begun. But to finish it off, we went ahead and we got Panther, and we're putting her in with Crow. So Panther's been in her own enclosure so far this year, and today's the day that we're gonna be pulling her out. I believe she's ready, I believe she's ovulating, and she's in great shape right now. So we're gonna pull her out of her enclosure and put her in with Crow. And let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I really love what Panther produced last year with Plague, and I expect to get the same results breeding her to Crow this year. Some really unique, beautiful black-nosed babies. You really don't see those around too often, so I'm excited to produce them this year.